Hello, I'm Hattie and I'm today's guest vlogger. My subject that I've chosen is the way Breaking Dawn might not become a film. Now this is the opposite of what we were told a week ago about Breaking Dawn being split into 3 films. The first part being the honeymoon and the whole Esme thing, the beautiful wedding. The second part being from Jacob's point of view with the pack separating. And the third part being with Renesmee. But about 3 or 4 days ago I was reading on a news website for Twilight that Breaking Dawn might not become a film, and that is because Stephenie Meyer is being sued at the moment, as it's been claimed that she copied Jordan Scott's Nocturne, which I've read into this quite a lot over the past couple of days getting ready for my vlogging, and I just have a few points. I'm going to read a couple of quotes that are similar. I have to say, I can't deny it, there are a good few similarities, and I want to just hear your opinions on this. Right, I have here a couple of quotes that I found quite similar. Right, as I said, it's the wedding scene that is seen to be alike. The fact that in both books there is sex on the beach scene, that both women in the book have unborn babies that harm them, and one that I don't really agree with because it happens in a lot of each other love in the books. Like Edward calls Bella love, and obviously in this book, the Nocturne, one of the characters calls another character love. Now I haven't read the Nocturne, but I know Breaking Dawn inside out, back to front, everywhere. Right, one of the quotes that is believed to be similar, which I must agree with this quote, I do think it's similar, is in Breaking Dawn. It's when Edward says to Bella about being careful about having their little on the beach thing. So the Breaking Dawn quote is, "I promised we would try," he whispered, suddenly tense. "If I do something wrong, if I hurt you, you must tell me at once," which I'm sure you'll recognise that quote. Now in the Nocturne by Jordan Scott, this is the quote. "I said I would try to be careful, love. I will, I promise you. I'll be gentle as I can, but it is going to hurt you a little." Now you can see the similarities there with the "I promised you" and the fact that it's going to hurt when they have sex, which the one thing I don't agree with is that in a lot of novels in the vampire selection, that the vampires do fall in love and they have sex, it does hurt, and it's said in a good few novels that it hurts. So yeah, it's similar, but is it as similar that she copied it? I don't know. Then another quote is, in Breaking Dawn, it's a quote from when Bella awakes on the honeymoon from having the Volturi dreams, and the quote from Breaking Dawn is, "We were surrounded, we were going to die, and then like a burst of light from a flash, the whole scene was different." The scene from the Nocturne is, "All of a sudden the darkness swirled around me and the dream was slowly floating away. My chest was heaving. In my sleep I could hear myself struggling for breath." Now this quote I don't agree at all is overly similar, because I read up into these 2 quotes, and the quote from Breaking Dawn is after their first night. But the quote from the Nocturne, it is before the wedding scene. So is it to be said that a book has copied from another book, or an author has copied from another author just because they have a bad dream? I don't agree. So I just thought I'd tell you them 2 quotes. There are a lot more quotes to be seen, and I must admit there are some major similarities, but there's some quotes that they've just gone into stupid detail for, and they're nothing alike. So can I have your opinion on that? I don't know. I think that Stephenie didn't copy, and that some people just come up with the same ideas And she could have got the ideas from Breaking Dawn from a book she read, but subconsciously got them, if you know what I mean. I just hope that it gets resolved and works for Stephanie's side, but then again, you have to look at it from Jordan's point of view. Can you imagine writing a book and it doesn't do overly well? It does do well in a way, but it hasn't really hit over here. I don't really know what it's like over there. And then someone else comes in and they're earning millions, and they've just signed a contract for another load of films to be made, and that book that they've signed the contract for the film to be like is the same as yours, and that you believe it has been copied from yours. Can you imagine how that would feel, that she's making millions from your ideas? Now, I don't know. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I personally don't think she did, because she obviously has a brilliant imagination, as we've seen from Twilight, New Moon and Eclipse. Right, that's all from me. See you again.